Imagine witnessing a rare and majestic creature in a place where it's not supposed to be.
Recently, a manatee was spotted off the coast of Massachusetts, marking the first sighting of this gentle giant in nearly 10 years. Scientists are now closely monitoring the situation, hoping to determine if a rescue operation will be necessary to save the manatee from the frigid waters or potential food shortages. This endangered species typically thrives in the warm waters of the southern Gulf, particularly in regions like Florida. The manatee was first observed on July 26, swimming gracefully near paddle borders in an inlet behind a marina in Nantucket Sound, located on Cape Cod's southwestern coast. Jennifer Sullivan, a local resident, captured a video of the manatee, describing it as being about the same size as her paddleboard, leisurely gliding through the seagrass. It was just lazing around there in the grass, moving at its own slow pace, Sullivan recalled.
It seemed completely unfazed by our presence.
I was in awe of how graceful it was and felt incredibly fortunate to be so close to it in its natural habitat. However, just a few days later, the manatee was found stranded on the tidal flats in Manatees. Witnesses reported that they discovered the animal beached at sunrise and worked together to push it back into the water, according to Aaron Burke, the Protected Species Program Manager at the Massachusetts Division of Marine Fisheries. Since that incident, the manatee has not been seen again. A dedicated team from the International Fund for Animal Welfare is on standby, ready to intervene if the situation worsens. Manatees are not accustomed to the cold waters of New England. They typically inhabit warmer climates and usually venture no further north than the Carolinas. Prolonged exposure to cold water can lead to serious health issues, or even death, warns Dr. Nadine Lysiak, a research scientist at the New England Aquarium.
Moreover, these herbivorous creatures rely heavily on abundant seagrass beds and mangroves for sustenance, habitats that are not typically found in New England. Even if the manatee doesn't suffer from cold stunning, it could still face health challenges due to a lack of food and water, Dr. Lysiak explained. That's why it's crucial to act quickly if it's spotted again, to prevent any decline in its health. The reasons behind this manatee's unexpected journey to such northern waters remain unclear. Dr. Lysiak speculates that it may have followed the warm Gulf Stream current from Florida, traveling past the Carolinas and eventually reaching New England. We have a general understanding of the typical range and habitat of wild manatee populations, but some individuals may wander off in search of new habitats or food sources, she noted. It's difficult to pinpoint exactly why this particular manatee ended up in Cape Cod. While manatee sightings in New England are rare, they are not entirely unprecedented. In 2008 and 2009, different manatees were spotted in Cape Cod Bay, marking the furthest north these animals have ever been recorded. Both were rescued, but sadly one did not survive the journey back to Florida for rehabilitation, while the other lived until 2018. In 2016, another manatee was seen off the coast of Falmouth, and just this year, one was spotted in Rhode Island. If you happen to see the manatee, you are encouraged to document its GPS location and contact the Stranding Network hotline at 508-743-9548. Sullivan expressed her gratitude for the chance to witness the manatee, saying, "I feel blessed to have been in the right place at the right time to see this creature. I truly hope it is healthy and safe. I just pray that it turned around and headed back south where it belongs." But here's where it gets controversial. Should we intervene more aggressively to protect these animals, or is it better to let nature take its course? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments.